ascended skies, soaring to new heights and new understandings. This is the Butterfly Boy Chronicle on Israel. Is real. Ladies and gentlemen, I've discovered for you the biblical, revelatory mark of the beast, 666. And I've discovered for you the beast. And I'm going to show you. Let's start off with explaining that the mark of the beast is the Israeli flag, which I will show you in an image with full explanation in a moment. The beast is Israel and what it is about to do in the realm, in the world, on earth. Allow me. Before you have what they term the flag of Israel. I want you to note very carefully. There is one big, thick, white stripe through the center, on which is laid a symbol which will be explained shortly. Above the white stripe, there are two blue stripes. Notice one white stripe, two blue stripes, and in the center, three lines making a triangle, one above and one below. As above, so below. You have two triangles, each made of three lines. You have one white line in the middle, big, thick white line. You have two blue lines, and you have three blue lines making a triangle. 1, 2, 3. First, second, third dimension. Right. Excuse me, I lost that for you. Let me just bring it back. Notice very carefully, folks, the triangles are equal. They are the same, but up and down, opposite directions, overlaid and interlocked. These are what you call equilateral triangles. Let me show you that. The triangles in the Israeli flag are equilateral triangles, which means they have three angles of 60 degrees. 60, 60, 60. 6 to the power of 10 is 60. 6 times 10, 60. 6, 6, 6. Remember, you have two of them interlocked. 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. Two equilateral triangles making up the Israeli symbol in the center of the flag. looking like this. Now, this is in 3D, so if you look at this one with me, oh, the lighting's gone bad, let me just get that up. I guess that's easier there and bigger. Now you can see quite clearly, if you think about the Israeli flag, you see blue triangle and a blue triangle. Those are the lines. Because it's in 2D, it's two-dimensional, it's a flat form. Here you're looking at a three-dimensional image where a triangle becomes a prism. So you're looking at two interlocking prisms known as three-dimensional triangles, prisms, two interlocking. And if you put yourself inside those prisms, it looks something like this over here. Oh, it's not touchscreen. It's not too large, but you can zone in. You can see a person inside the tetrahedron is the name of that two interlocking prism figure. I'm going to show you just up here. So if you look carefully at what image is on the screen at the moment, particularly here, you will see that equilateral triangle again, 60, 60, 60 degrees. If you cast your eyes over here, let's just get the shine off, you will see the same image. There we go. This triangle on the front, that's dematerializing and rematerializing. This triangle on the front is an equilateral triangle. It's actually a prism, but you're not seeing the back part, so it looks like a triangle. The one pointing down you can see is three-dimensional triangle, a prism. So is the one pointing up, it's just you don't see the back at the moment. And it's exactly equal to that one there. That's an equilateral triangle, the 60, 60, 60. And that's an equilateral triangle. So folks, let's go back to the original picture, which was what they call the Star of David, the Jewish star, which is two equilateral triangles, you now understand, of course, known as two prisms in the third dimensional form, interlocking prisms, like we just saw. In sacred geometry, this figure is known as a star tetrahedron. So two interlocking prisms or triangles is a star tetrahedron. So here we have a star tetrahedron, the symbol of on Israel's flag is a star tetrahedron. Now then, a star tetrahedron is a very specific geometric form which surrounds the human body. So this is a star tetrahedron around a human body, inscribed in a sphere. Gee, excuse me, I'm going to sneeze, I think. Woo! It was joyous. Here we have a star tetrahedron inside a sphere or a circle, as you can see. Remember that, it's very important. And a human inside that. So very briefly, the star tetrahedron is the vehicle of light, or the shape of the aura of the third dimensional field of light. So at the moment, we are in a star tetrahedron, two equilateral triangles or prisms in 3D. Same as on the Israeli flag, except the Israeli flag does not inscribe the star tetrahedron in a sphere. Now, why is that important? Because over here we have an equilateral triangle. You're very familiar with it, in the form of a prism, the third dimensional shape of an equilateral triangle. Equally, we have the other four polyhedrons, shapes with depth of space, so three-dimensional shapes, they're called polyhedrons. And there are 5 of them, and they are all found within the sphere, known as Metatron's cube. I'll show you a picture of that briefly, and we will move on. Metatron's cube is a form that holds all of the shapes together. You will find all of the shapes, these triangles that we are talking about, and all other shapes inside Metatron's cube, which I will not explain now, but they are rather important. But it is super mathematical and super geometrically accurate and correct, and has a formula which it follows. Let's keep it basic. The form we are going to focus on now is the three-dimensional form. We are not going to bother about any of the other shapes. The important bit is to note this form, the prism, and 2 of them interlocking, forming the symbol on the Israeli flag, are inscribed in a sphere. All these forms are inscribed in spheres. They are your dimensional ladder, your way back to the light, ascending up the dimensional ladder, expanding this form outward back to this full and complete sphere, is the journey. The Israeli flag and its symbol, the star tetrahedron, is as good as a hamster cage to a hamster, or a bird cage to a bird. It's a cage for you to be held in the third dimension. When I say it's a cage, if you see the sphere as memory, total recall, full memory, your 100% wisdom, and if you lost your memory and fell down the memory ladder and ended up with only a triangle or a prism of memory left, and you had lost all this memory outside of the triangle that you used to have as a complete circle or sphere, so you were at the bottom of the barrel. You can't get much lower. This is the lowest form of consciousness that held in the prism, or 2 prisms interlocking, forming duality, called the star tetrahedron. The reason why you are able to be entrapped in cognitive dissonance or hypnosis or programming or the matrix is because you have lost most of your memory. So you are now very manipulatable. within this prism, within this limited memory. Those who are smarter, wiser, hold the full memory, can completely dominate you because they have almost double the memory. It's very much like AI to a monologue computer or analog computer or one of the beginning computers. We have lost a lot, folks, but we can regain it through ascension. The point is that the Israeli flag and the symbol on the Israeli flag is to disallow you to ascend, is to hold you in a stagnant state, is a symbol that is holding you in the third dimension. It's emanating a frequency through its symbology, through its geometric form. It's emanating a frequency which is holding you in your lowest form of consciousness, holding you in your stupidity, holding you in your lack of memory, holding you in your 12-stranded gene system instead of your 13, holding you away from remembering who you are and why you are here. So let me show you exactly how the Israeli symbol and flag are doing so. Remember I said to you, the Israeli flag is two equilateral triangles interlocked, forming 60 degrees at each angle, forming the equilateral triangles or equilateral prisms, forming the star tetrahedron, creating the 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. The mark of the beast, folks, is 666. Yeah, it is in their language, and on the monster cans, in the monster drinks, in the Monster Corporation, and in the web, World Wide Web. The mark of the beast, folks. Revelations, the mark of the beast, 666. You're looking at the mark of the beast. He who holds the mark of the beast is the beast. Israel is your beast, and here is your mark. Look carefully, folks, at this program. Look carefully at the reprogramming of the program. This is a program being presented to you on a flag. This is a symbol speaking to you constantly. You need to be aware of the program. Look. This is a set square. And these are dividers. This is the symbol of the Masons, the dividers and the set square for measuring straight lines and angles for creating squares in 3D called cubes, which are called apartments, houses, flats, blocks, blocks of flats, blocks and blocks, cubes and cubes. Dystopian architecture, no creation whatsoever. Blocks and cubes, 90-degree angles and straight lines. Male geometry. Male geometry is straight lines and angles. Female geometry is all curves, spheres, circles, semicircles, etc. This is law of geometry, sacred geometry. All you see here is straight lines and angles, because this symbol is a male dominant symbol. and it's a domination of the Masons. The Freemasons are the domination force. There's their dividers, there's their set square, there's their 666, 666, there's their duality, there's their as above, so below. If you look carefully with me at this over here, I'm going to read it out for you. It says 2 equilateral triangles interlocked. Let's look at the maths. I can read it off with you like this. 6 times 60 equals 360 degrees. Usually when we think of 360 degrees, we think of 360 degrees as a circle. If you remember, I showed you Metatron's cube, and before that I showed you us interlocked, a human interlocked in a star tetrahedron, 2 triangles or 2 prisms. Well, that is equal to that. You are looking at exactly the same figure. If I can just get it in the picture. There we go. What Israel is showing you, the symbol, is your 3rd dimensional vehicle of light, your star tetrahedron. They are just not showing you inside of it at present. Let's look closely at the center. What does it look like? That's what it is. It's a hexagon, a 6-sided figure, a hexagon. Keeping in mind, hexes are spells. Let's tilt this wonderful image on its side and see what we get in red. There's your Masonic. There's your Masonic symbol. Look at the green. You will see that the green, here's your Masonic symbol, the M for McDonald's and Masons that you see throughout the world. The green shows you the cross. The cross is a broken cross. A cross should be like a plus, like that, up straight, but with it should be like a plus. This is, when you see a cross like this, X marks the cross. This is like skull and crossbones. That is a broken cross. The cross, a correct cross, is from up and down, left and right, like a plus sign, in perfect harmony, showing the 2 directions of up and down and the 2 directions of left and right, giving you the perceptive directive of forward, backwards, giving you perception of your sphere. So expanding this back to what it looked like in the beginning, the symbol in the center of the Israeli flag is your star tetrahedron, your 3rd dimensional vehicle of light, and you are ruled within that dimension by the Masons, the set square and the dividers, creating the hexagon, which when you step up to the next level from the tetrahedron, you step into the hexahedron. So this is going up the ladder. So this is showing you a direction of where you cannot go, as they've locked you in here to the